Well, hello everyone in the YouTube kingdom. I normally am doing NASCAR diecast reviews, but with those guys over there. But I had a new train come in from Menards. It's the Beta 3.0, and I thought I'd give you guys some first impressions and see if you like it, right? So I apologize for the lowering of production quality, but my normal camera, I lost the mount to the tripod, so I can't find it. So now we're on a cell phone with a gimbal here. So we'll see if that works. And if you guys like it, great. If not, I apologize. Hope you didn't pay for a YouTube Premium or anything like that. But you can see right here. Hopefully it's in focus. That's the scale model locomotive. So let's open this up. I don't want to show you too much because honestly, it might be has my name on the other side. So try to hide that from you. Keep my secret, my identity a secret, just like Batman, right? So let's flip it this way, flip it back. Whoa! Oh, look at that! They really, I think, changed the packaging from 1.0 and 2.0 to the 3.0 here, right? So if you look now, it's in a kind of a foam wrapped case with a piece of plastic over it. So let me try to gently move it. Or I probably speak too soon, right? Because it's first impressions, you, same as I, right? So you have two powerful motors and a remote control, which is what I think that is right there. I may be mistaken, right? Don't know. Oh, and there's even train sounds and a metal chassis and Warli, which when I remove this piece becomes working lights. So that's pretty fantastic, right? So now I have to ever so gently remove with one hand, which is quite the feat. Oh, get that out of here. All right, so here's the locomotive, right? So now I got to figure out the packaging situation. Let's see what we're doing here. I think we're gonna need Mr. Knife again. So just give me a second. Hopefully Mr. Gimbal keeps caring about that and less about the other junk on the floor. So sorry, keep that. We had some family over and we needed to clear out any junk in the rest of the area. So my kind of workroom became a place where all that went. So that's one area cut. Let's go find some more. Look at that. Ooh, there's even more discussion points. How spectacular, right? So got Santa Fe diesel locomotive, O-gauge engine, it's available only at Menards. Realistic train sounds. Whoa! Sound system with volume control and remote. Sounds include the horn, the bell, the conductor, dispatcher talking. Compatible with three-rail trains, including Lionel and MTH. Navigates 031. Dome-style headlight lights with forward motion, lighted cab interior with two engineering figures, reverse lighting on rear of engine, and illuminated classification lamps. So let's just go hack up the all that verbatim, right? Let me be so gentle, not to actually disturb anything in here, also not to cut, I don't want to go to the hospital right now. So just be so gentle. Cool. You know what? This is probably a silly way. Let me probably give another cut here. So we're going to turn this off, and we'll edit this back together later. One moment. All right, with the magic of editing, the top is off, and I still have all fingers I came into this world with. So we'll kind of proceed with unboxing. So I guess we can do the easiest part first. Here is the remote. Look at that. Got forward, creaky forward, less creaky reverse, horn, talk, and bell. Now it's not working right now because it's not on a track. I don't want to make sure you guys understand that. Let me lift this guy out of the box. It's not like Lionel. They don't have the little thingamajiggies, which would be called little straps. So that's Menards doesn't have that, right? But that's okay. It's a really good deal for what it is. We'll kind of slowly work this out. Actually, let me, you know what? You guys don't need to see me messing around with this plastic wrap here. I'll cut it and put it together later. All right, we're back, and now we are magically here with an unwrapped locomotive. So I'll kind of give you some first impressions from it. I'll try to put in the layout a little bit later. But what we can see overall, it looks really nice. Honestly, it has some heft to it. What people were discussing or asking about is that it still has the, you can see in there, still has kind of the plastic gears in it. So they did not change that one bit. You can kind of see it there too, right? Overall, the paint scheme is really nice. There is a couple little nicks and bumps and bruises, a little bit on the little bit on the front end, and I don't know if you can tell, but there is a little guy. It looks like he has a kind of a tumor on his face. I don't know if you can really see that or not, but overall, it does look really nice, right? It does, as everyone said, it has the chrome chassis, which some people don't like. I don't know. Looks okay to me. Kind of nice and shiny. I'm sure it'll dirty up over time, anyways. So I'll get this on the layout and let you see what it looks like later. Thank you. All right, so flash forward to the next day because I wanted some light so we can actually see this locomotive in a much better view here. We're on my layout now and just kind of checking through it. I don't think so much, honestly, cosmetically has changed from Beta 1 and Beta 2. I don't have Beta 1, nor do I have Beta 2, right? So I can't really give you that comparison, so we're going to have to kind of look at other people's imagery and videography to understand, right? But it still has the chrome pilot and trucks and coupler. We still have 3945. I don't think that has changed at all. We still have kind of the inspiration for a builder's plate, right? But not truly. We have the F for the front of the locomotive in case you were confused about that. Kind of going around, we have Santa Fe in the war bonnet scheme. You have some good little kind of extra details for the fuel tank and the eyesight there. Kind of rolling around, we do have kind of the porthole windows that do have kind of plastic panels there. A good kind of radiator fan and smokestack detailing, but kind of as has been confirmed before, but in case I'm the first person you've seen this review on, which I kind of highly doubt, to be honest, but you do have the smokestacks. They don't have holes in them. There's no smoke unit, of course, because this is a whopping $169 model, which is up $10 from the Beta 1 and 2, and there's no 11% off at Menards currently, so this is the full price. And then on the back, to the rear door, nothing opens, right? It's all kind of just a molded body here. Now, kind of going through it, I will say I spared you my initial kind of impressions as I was going through it here. But what I kind of wanted to show was to uncouple here, right? We have the tab, right? And you pull down, and you're just like, weak old me can't do it, right? So you guys got to keep pulling and pushing and pushing. Oh, we got it. Great. Now that's perfect. Now, let's say you actually wanted to couple onto the cars here. Oh boy, we actually derailed when I was trying to do that, right? So, going to here. Got to press as hard as you can, and the front is the exact same way. I think it's something to do with the chroming process that they had there. Must have kind of made a little more interference fit than they really anticipated. I can show you the front as well. I'm gonna actually see my fingernail bending under the weight there, and actually pick the truck up off the ground, right, and to put it back together. Got it. I always worry I'm going to break this gosh darn thing. So that's kind of complaint number one overall that I have. Kind of complaint number two is the controller. What's interesting to me, and that's not on right now, right? But if you watch, or if the camera watches, the controller works itself back to 0. It's kind of like an automatic braking feature, right? Just, are you really sure you want to do it? You have to hold this down the whole time, because it'll just kind of continually slowly walk itself back. So that's the first one. So it always wants to kind of slow itself to a stop. Maybe that's a safety feature, right, in case I fall asleep. The other thing is the horn. So bell, like you right there, is good. Good button. Talk, good. But horn, it's like really, this button's not so good. So I'll talk to Menards about that. It must be something with their switch there, right? Then you got jack on the back. So that's the first thing. I mean, just to compare it, if you just hold on to kind of a Line Chief Plus remote. Of course, it's Line Chief Plus, so it has the couplers too, but really nice, gratifying sounds into there. And then this doesn't return. So I guess it's weird that you take some stuff for granted. You'd think it was simple to make, but then you realize maybe this is to go into new territory. It's a little bit harder than you imagine. The next thing I want to do is actually get this bad boy hooked up here and show you kind of running around my very small layout. If you just hold on a second, I lost a car. Goose likes to come uncoupled here. Okay. Let's put this together. Start it up. So I'll start at kind of a higher higher voltage on the transformer, because I do have like a little 4 amp transformer here. So we start, turn it on. I like my stuff. Hold on. I like my stuff a little bit quieter, so I can hear myself think, because the little voices in my head aren't that loud. So we start going. So it takes off nice and smooth, just like Beta 2.0 from the videos I've watched. So that is a plus. And look at that. Maybe my my remote is not doing as bad as I thought it was. So that's the thing. So if we get to there, that is off. If we just go like that. Now, to be clear, I'd like for the video to make a liar out of me and that it no longer does this where it turns itself off. So we'll see. Just give it a second. And if it doesn't, then hey, it fixed itself and I am a happy customer. So, good on us. It looks like it's doing okay. So just so you know, as it's moving around, here's the horn. And the bell. In fact, what I'll do is I'll stop it here so you can hear it a little bit better. Here's your horn. So you can go as long as you want, right? Till you annoy your spouse or parents, siblings, whatever. But the horn is just a little clunky over here. And then you have the crew talk.
The air brake test was good, so let's get ready to move. Roger that. We are ready to roll.
Kind of sounds like Goofy after the crewman talks there.
Then let's go. Dispatcher, 3945 East is ready to proceed. Dispatch, I see the signal has gone from red to green. We are moving. Moving from track 5 to track 1. Track 1 lamp is green. Confirm green. Cars are rolling through smoothly.
I wish I had 5 tracks, but oh well.
3945 East, you are clear of the yard and you have the main track to mile marker 243.
Detector 84B, train 3945 East. No overheat detected.
I don't know if that's
Detector 84B reports no overheats.
I don't know if that's a new one or not.
Copy, 3945 East.
Sorry, I don't mean to talk over them. I always think they're done.
Approaching Menardsville Junction. The track is clear and we have a green signal.
Confirm clear and green signal.
Dispatcher, 3945 East approaching mile 243. Slowing to go in the hole.
Departure 3945 East with Amtrak 7201 East cleared. You are cleared to mile 375.
The air brake test was good, so let's get ready to move.
All right,
Roger
so
that. We are ready to roll.
Roger that. Okay, so that's all of them, just so that you could hear and understand, right? So let me turn this off, and what's interesting is it's powered off, and it'll run for a little while, so it must have like what, a capacitor inside of it that kind of keeps it running for a little bit. So here's what something I want to do. This was said to only be able to do 031, and this is 036 fast track. So let me take off this little Williams 44-ton switcher here. Let me move it on over to this track. This is 027. I thought this was kind of a fun test just to see what it can and can't do for everybody, just so you can understand if you have a smaller layout, if it would actually be possible to run this on a 027 track, right? So let me fire it up with my old like 1995 transformer here. So it goes around the outside of the switch just fine. It's going around all the corners just fine. It's a little bit big, right? So it looks kind of a little bit silly doing this. And then that's something I wanted to show. So if you have the tie-jector little on-off switch, the trucks just kind of rub it there. So I probably, if I actually was going to run this on this layout, would take that off. So let me just go over one more time. I checked; it wasn't hurting it at all. Except there, there we go. So let's get it over here. Sorry for the abysmal camera editing work. I hope you're bearing with me. And I can show you it kind of going around this switch. In fact, let me turn this down just a hair so it doesn't go quite as fast. That's one thing. You can control the speed a little bit better actually with the transformer than you can with the remote here. So the next thing, just to check the switch, I'll kind of give you a little better view here. So it just clears. Whoop. And then my switch is kind of poor. So hold on, let me go forward. You can kind of just see overhead. And I apologize. My layout isn't exactly sublime, so. I mean, if it rubs, it just barely kisses it. So, last thing I want to do, and I apologize for everybody bearing with me here. We'll get up front. I want to show you just any of the little shipping damages that I found here. So, just looking at it, I think other ones have commented on it, but you can see right, oh, I need to know where my hand is here. See right here, there is some scuffing from the shipping, right? And then on the front, you can see right up here, some scuffs. And then you can see right above the A. Someone might have done a whoopsie and tried to cover it up, but I swear it wasn't me. And then you can see the crew figures in there. I guess he just has a goatee on the twin number 1 has a goatee on the left side of the locomotive, where twin number 2 doesn't here. I guess that's how you tell them apart. One thing while it's driving, just to show, it does have directional lighting on it, so that's reverse. And then it has forward here. But one thing that's kind of a letdown, honestly, and I think I have too much lights and you're not going to be able to see it, is that the lighted number board, the black isn't dark enough to keep it. So what you end up having is this whole lighted area, and then actually the 3945 isn't lighted. So it's kind of look kind of weird at night. I might show a pic later, but you can kind of see it there where it's kind of the opposite effect of what it really should be. But all in all, it's really nice. I think the one thing that I'm trying to debate on is that $170, I look, and the Lion Chief Lionel products are about $210, $219. If you go to a dealer, you'll probably find them under $200, right? So for $30 difference, is this as good as a line chief model. I don't know. The controller isn't quite as good, and there's still a couple things to work out on it. So hopefully you guys can let me know in the comments what you're thinking. But I appreciate you taking the time to kind of look at this Menards kind of Beta 3 test F unit, and hopefully you gain something from this. So I appreciate you, and we'll talk again in the future.